Hey everybody, Shamira here from Tuts Plus. In this quick lesson, we're going to discuss the importance of understanding your client's stylistic expectations for the photos that you've taken of them before you actually begin retouching. Before you begin any retouching session, and any photo shoot for that matter, it's key that you first understand your client's expectations and what type of stylistic result they desire for their portraits. So, number one, don't assume you already know what your client wants. That's so important. And number two, show them examples of your past work and have them pinpoint specific examples from your portfolio that they like. Take note of the style. It actually helps to do this before the photo shoot. Depending on the portrait style that they need, it may require different retouching techniques. Let's look at some examples of different expectations and different potential portrait styles. So here we have a few photos that will actually be retouching later in the course. On the left, we have this male portrait. It's very down to earth, very tough looking. It's in a realistic style, and that's very appropriate for this subject. It's highly doubtful that you would want to soften his skin too much. Maybe the shot is for a magazine cover, for example, where you just want to remove any obvious imperfections that are distracting on him, but really leave it as is. Now, this female business portrait on the right-hand side would be treated potentially different, understandably. In this situation, you would want to soften her skin a bit, maybe give her a little more makeup, and really emphasize her femininity. This could be for a corporate headshot where she needs to look both professional and attractive. For this older photo on the bottom, which is actually film, retouching would be quite minimal. Perhaps your client is simply a friend or a family member who found this in their basement or their old filing cabinet, and they want you to remove the red eye from the baby's face. Zoom in a little, you can see that better. And so in this case, retouching would be much more simple, and you would want to preserve the integrity of the photo. In this course, we'll be covering the more traditional portraiture and not so much heavy glamour techniques, but what you learn here is a good beginning foundation for a glamour retouching workflow. And number three, make sure they know what they're not getting from you, such as a complete digital makeover. You may have to help them understand that for the typical portrait job, you're not going to make them look like a completely different person. This is not a plastic surgery service. Of course, there are exceptions, such as if you do a creative photo shoot specifically for the purpose of experimental retouching and pushing the limits for fun. But for the average portrait client, this is not what you will be doing. However, let them know that you'll be providing retouching services that will help remove small imperfections and pimples, etc. It's important that you and your client are on the same page before the actual photo shoot. They need to have a solid idea of what type of shots they'll be ultimately getting from you.